the capital now, and it's a case that sent shockwaves through Pretoria's Sunnyside community. At least 2 people were allegedly forced into drugs and sexual exploitation in the area. According to the Hawks, the victims were rescued from a Sunnyside flat on the 31st of December. Today, the suspects linked to the alleged human trafficking ring returned to court. Our reporter, Aviwe Mtila, is tracking the case at the Pretoria Magistrates Court. He joins us now with the latest. Aviwe, good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. What do we know about this case? Human trafficking is such a real phenomenon, but we know very little about it.
It's an extremely sensitive case, eNCA, that's really been treated with such sensitivity here. We do understand it stems back even from a minor, 17-year-old that was reported missing, left her house back in March already, and we do understand that those investigations then have been ongoing with the 4 suspects arrested on the 31st of December and making their first appearance on the 3rd of January. We do understand when the police arrived, the Hawks, we do understand, together with the Tshwane K9 unit, when they arrived at that Sunnyside flat on the 31st, they did find the 17-year-old minor as well as a 25-year-old girl who are now being kept in safety. What we do know about the 4 suspects is that 1 is South African and the 3 are allegedly Nigerian. We do know also that 2 of them are fugitives, eNCA, following similar arrests back in September 2019. They've been on the run, we are told, and have a case where it's currently at the High Court in Pretoria alongside 9 other suspects. So what's happening now, as I mentioned, it's been treated with real sensitivity, and on their appearance back on the 3rd of January, no journalists were around, no photos were allowed, and in fact it was postponed, we do understand, on section 56, which looks at their addresses. We do understand the police are still trying to verify even if they are legal in the country, and you do understand the sensitivity around having a minor there, so they still need to be paraded. So we're still not sure ourselves if we'll be allowed inside court because of the sensitivity of this case, but we do expect them to appear today, making their second appearance here, and then thereafter it will be determined whether their bail application will go ahead.
Aviwe, do we know whether there'll be media access to the case at this stage? Because, as I say, human trafficking is, of course, such a sensitive issue because of the victims involved, but we could really do with some more insight into how rife this is in the country.
So I've been at the back offices of the Pretoria Magistrate Court talking to the magistrate and just the prosecution team. And I do understand, eNCA, that it's the state themselves that made an application not to allow media. Remember, they made their first appearance back on the 3rd of January already, where media wasn't allowed there because they don't really want to divulge the information around the suspects. They want to protect the minor, but you do understand there's also going to be parades made of them. So if their faces are out in the media already, it will prove fruitless when it comes to those parades. But we do understand also it was last postponed because of section 57, where the addresses of them are still being verified. We do understand they're also being checked if they are legal in the country, as 3 of them, we do understand, are Nigerian nationals. And also the case just around them being fugitives already, having that prior case that involves 9 other suspects, very same human trafficking ordeal that's being looked at. So it's really sensitive at this stage. I've been told myself to come back at around 10 o'clock where we'll have further discussions on whether the media will be allowed. But of course it'll be understandable at this stage if the media is not granted access, because they're trying to protect as much information as possible that happens inside court at this moment, so that the state doesn't have difficulty in those parades that need to happen, and also just verifying the legality of these foreign nationals that are in the country.
All right, thank you so much. That's our senior reporter, Aviwe Mtila, follow the case of suspected human traffickers in the Pretoria Magistrates Court.